Hi, I'm Michael Feinstein, and welcome to In the Songbook Archives, the Great American Songbook Archives. And standing to my left, unmasked because we are now safe and all that, the incredible Mr. Chris Lewis, who is our leader, our executive director, our CEO of the Songbook Foundation.
Thank you, Michael. I'm happy to be here on In the Archives. I'm a big fan of the show. I'm happy
to do this when you say In the Archives.
Happy you had me on. Thank you.
Yes, and you have pulled things that I have not seen maybe ever.
Yes.
And that's because we have so much material here relating to American popular song and beyond, show business and such, that there are a lot of things that I know about, but there are also things that I haven't had the opportunity to carefully examine, and things that people have discovered that none of us knew were part of our collection. So Chris is going to present some things
yes.
of which I know very little.
I am very excited about this collection. It just arrived a couple of weeks ago. It's still in the processing room. It's not been processed, but I'm so excited about this collection in particular because I think this has to be one of the most comprehensive collections of an artist that we have. The archivist seems to be the most detailed and passionate about her work that I've ever seen, and this documents the career of an artist from really early childhood through today. Her name is Maisie Feinstein. This is your collection. This is your life, Michael Feinstein.
Oh, no.
Your mom's headshot.
Oh, yeah, this is my mother.
Oh,
Florence Maisie Feinstein, who, from the moment I started performing, did collect artifacts. And oh, so this is...
Yeah, this is your stuff, and I wasn't kidding. It really is the most comprehensive. And I know you are a social media, god.
Waiting to hear that last word.
You probably know about the unboxing trend that the kids are doing today, and
of
where
course.
they just stuff.
I am nothing if not a Quran.
So we have not prepared this. I was going through the collection, and it really was, gosh, I mean, Maisie. I mean, it's just amazing. They're programs from every show that you do, the clubs, the photographs, so I just thought it'd be fun to open up some of these.
So this is sort of like my own, I'm doing an archaeological dig on myself.
On yourself.
Yeah,
right.
Like I'm in Egypt, like this. These are the pyramids. WBNS Radio News, well that was, proud parents announce new edition, Mr. and Mrs. Edward Feinstein, September 7th, 1956 baby is a big hit. Oh, that is so cute.
Isn't that cute?
And I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Huh. My mom does have my birth card that the hospital gave her, and the only reason I know that is because I was having an astrology reading, and they needed to know the exact minute I was born, and the legal records didn't show that, but the card said I was born at 6:37 p.m. So now I know that.
Wow.
And now everyone does, and so we can all celebrate at that moment. That's me as a kidlet.
It looks like maybe you just had a vaccine of some sort.
Oh my gosh, it's prescient. Oh my God, yeah. Yes, I never noticed that Band-Aid. Kindergarten,
is that
Lord.
Oh, that's you.
That's me.
And okay.
Oh my gosh, this is kind of scary. In high school, I was voted Best Actor, and my friend Kathy was voted Best Actress. So we decided to do a Bonnie and Clyde thing. So
I love it.
yes. We're not going to go through this whole
No, we're not going to go through. No, we're not going to go through. I had to ask you about. That's a great photo. Star in the Making.
Oh, I was in The Rothschilds by Bach and Harnick, a musical that they thought would be a successor to Fiddler on the Roof. That's singing at a family bar mitzvah or wedding in Detroit. All my cousins in Detroit would go there.
I mean, could we
Detroit.
say this might be one of the earliest Michael Feinstein public performances?
Yes, I was probably doing Hello Dolly, my Louis Armstrong impression.
It killed at the...
Hello Dolly. It's my father singing.
Oh my gosh, really?
They used to say that he looked like Tony Bennett.
He did, he does.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now, did he perform...
Never professionally.
Okay, because this looks like...
It looks professional, yeah. But he was just...
But I've seen clips of him joining you.
Yes.
On stage.
Yeah. That's my cat, Bing Crosby.
Okay.
That's with Rosemary Clooney. That's from some gig we did. Proof sheets.
Yep. They're a lot
the little
of those.
tiny pictures are what they call proof. Oh.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. What is Tuba City?
Tuba City was an improv group for which I was a participant and played the piano. And we had our big break performing at the Masters Club, which was an old club in Hollywood that theatrical people belonged to. And we were lauded by George Schlatter, who had created Laugh-In. And he said he was going to do big things with us, and we never saw him again. Actually, I saw him again years later, but it was a moment. It was an exciting moment that led nowhere, but that's show business.
And you let him know what he missed out on by passing on Tuba City.
I sure did. That's when I worked for Ira Gershwin, so that's sometime in the late 70s. That's probably my first professional publicity shot at at George's piano. That's the piano that he wrote Porgy and Bess on. That's now in the Library of Congress.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a great segue, because this box is titled Gershwin.
Well, let's hope that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, that'll be disappointing if it's not.
Yeah.
But so I think everybody knows you work for Ira.
If they don't, where have they been? I mean,
so what, are you 19, 20?
20 when I met Ira.
So yeah, go ahead. I have not looked in here. You look and tell me what.
Well, this is a early publicity shot of George Gershwin. Well, actually, it's from the 30s, and you can tell by his hairline, because his hair was receding. So one can pretty easily date Gershwin photos by his hair. So this is like probably around 1930 or 31. And this is an actual original print, of which there are a number in here, that he would use to autograph for fans. That's why this border is wider at the bottom, to leave space for Gershwin to sign it. So this is probably worth some money, because it's an original silver gelatin print that might have actually been touched by Gershwin himself.
Oh my gosh.
These are some clippings with the Gershwin brothers.
So is this something maybe your mom?
My mother put this together.
Okay.
I haven't seen this, but this is a reproduction of a letter to Henrietta Malkin, a close friend of his, from 1930, when he was working on the Cuban Rhapsody and Strike Up the Band.
So I've heard the story about
Copy
how you
negatives.
got to Ira, which is a great story in itself.
Well, I've refined it through the years. So. Yes.
I'm curious as to what the day-to-day, I've heard you talk about what it meant to Ira, and what Lee had said it meant to Ira to have you there, and I understand all of that. But I can only imagine.
When I met Mr. Gershwin, I was hired to catalog his collection of phonograph records, which was a specific job that I thought would take a number of weeks. Mm-hmm. It ended up taking months, and it was during that period of time that Ira and I bonded and became very close, because he realized that even though I was 20, I understood about his world, because it was as if I'd spent my life preparing for the moment I would meet him. And so I was able to communicate with him on a level that was rare for him, because he was very isolated and housebound. And his wife, Lee, came to me and said, I want you to know that you've given my husband a new lease on life, and I want you to do anything you can to keep him occupied and keep yourself busy, but most importantly, keep him happy. So the whole house was opened up to me, and I just started going through everything, all of the archives and material and memorabilia. So I would catalog material, I would show him things, we would spend time at the piano where I would play through songs, and he sometimes would work a little bit on a lyric of an unpublished song. And so it was a free-form period of time, except I would find different projects that I felt needed attention, and then he would send me out. If somebody was doing a Gershwin show, or if there was a production of something, I would be his amanuensis, which is a fancy word for stooge, and would go back and give a report to the family about what I saw. And in that period, there was a group called the Young Americans, which still exists. Yeah. And I went when they did a Gershwin show, and I was asked to vet it for approval before it went out on the road. And one of the participants in the Young Americans, one of the members, was Mark Cherry, who later became my close friend and created Desperate Housewives, and we even wrote a song together. So Mark reminded me of that many years later. So I was also playing private parties in that period, and I started getting hired because people knew that this kid worked for Ira Gershwin. And they would say, can we hire you to play at our party, and can you bring Ira Gershwin with you? I'd say, oh, I can't bring Mr. Gershwin, but I could bring some Gershwin songs, and that sort of thing. So,
oh my gosh. Oh, that's amazing. Wow, I never knew the Mark Cherry connection.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was something. Oh, now here's an interesting picture. This is a photo of the wedding of Judy Garland to Vincent Minnelli. I think it's 1946. And Ira Gershwin was best man at their wedding. This is Louis B. Mayer, the feared head of MGM Studios. And Liza Minnelli was named after the Gershwin song Liza, and Ira is her godfather. So that's a nice picture.
And is that how you met? Did you meet Liza through Ira?
I met Liza through her father.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew Vincent Minnelli pretty well through meeting him at the Gershwin house, and he was close friends with both of the Gershwins.
Oh, wow.
And so it was a sort of a family connection.
Someone else that I've heard you talk a lot about is Fred Astaire. And I found this, at least I hope, it's labeled Fred Astaire Family Scrapbook 1942.
Ah, well.
And this was in the stuff, the materials that came from your mom, from you.
Let's take these off so they won't stick to the... Oh, this is not from my mom, actually. This came from, this belonged to Mr. Astaire, and it came from a gentleman named, a wonderful guy named Larry Billman, who was a friend of the Astaire family, and was given a lot of things by Fred and Adele, his sister Adele. Ah, yes, yes. So this is Beverly Hills, 1942. These are color photographs of the Astaire family of, I don't know if these are Fred's parents or aunts and uncles, but this is a ranch that Astaire had in 1942. This is his son Fred Jr., Freddie, 6 years old, and this is his wife Phyllis, and Phyllis was with his daughter Ava, who is very much alive and well in Palm Springs. It's wonderful to see casual photos.
And color photos.
Color photos. Fred's wife Phyllis was always considered a little bit cold, and these pictures certainly humanize her. So maybe she wasn't. This is a lovely picture of her. I don't think she liked the spotlight, is the thing. But these are lovely. Oh, isn't that great?
Oh, that's a great photo.
That's a great shot of Fred. The thing I love about that picture is that it's a casual picture on his family ranch, but he looks like Fred
Dressed
Astaire.
to the nines,
He's got
like
the hat
boutonniere.
and the boutonniere and the beautiful jacket. And anyway, there we are.
Oh, I love that.
Very nice addition to our collection.
And last but not least, this one I do believe came from your mom's collection, and it's labeled Great American Songbook, Indiana. It looks like it's probably from the beginning of where we are now with the Palladium and the Center for the Performing Arts.
Well,
I saw everything from the drawings of our offices to this had some...
And this book is recycled from when I was a judge for Miss America.
Oh, with the...
And she's obliterated Miss America. She saved the book.
Well, why not? It's other than that, it's fine.
This is our first high school competition, or the no.
Yeah, 2009. That's the very first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is our early Songbook Foundation history.
I think this was the like an early promo piece about who we are. I remember seeing this. So there's a Gershwin there.
Yes, to give people an overview of what we are about and our goals, plan of action.
Well, you know what I find interesting about this, because it's 2009, I assume 9 as well. It talks about what we're going to do, and I'm happy to report we're doing them.
Yes.
You know, reaching young people with the Academy. I mean, at this point, think of where we've come from that first weekend event to now.
Was that here? Or?
That was here, yeah.
I mean, was it?
Oh, yes. No, it was.
Was it here?
No, it was here, on the other side of this.
Yes, it's
and the
true.
archives, and I mean that, you know, this didn't exist then.
Yes, it's interesting how as we live life, we don't realize that the moments that we live now could become history when we look back at them and become more significant.
It's like press
So,
clippings.
LA Times.
Carmel student.
That doesn't look like me, but it says it's me. So, New York Times clipping. Yes, about the Songbook Foundation. This American Songbook finds a new home in the heartland.
Now that's the question I get most often after what is the Great American Songbook. Why are we in Indiana?
The bars. Well, it's interesting that there were so many possible choices for the locale of the foundation. And we certainly looked in New York and LA and Los Angeles. And then there was a request that I meet with the mayor of Carmel, Indiana. And as one does, I said, where's that? I met with Jim Brainerd and learned all about Carmel and discovered it was a model city for other communities and had been named by Money Magazine as one of the most livable cities in the country. And then discovered what he had done with his city planning and created a place that was extraordinary and also had a, very importantly, a keen focus on the arts. And the city provided the opportunity for the Songbook Foundation to really come into early fruition by supplying office space and staff and financially supporting us in a way that otherwise would have taken years to accomplish. And the conflagration of that and the opening of the Palladium Center for the Performing Arts and the wonderful arts education in the city and the support of arts in this area, which is unparalleled compared to many other cities, made it essentially a no-brainer to come here.
Yeah.
Or made it a Brainerd to come
Brainerd,
here. James
Brainer.
Brainerd, our mayor, made it a Brainerd to come here. Brainerd. So that's why we're here. So it's a wonderful association.
Yeah. And we've come a long way, and I think this is a great way to end because it's fun to go back and look and see, because this is a snapshot in 2009, I think, where we are today and standing here in the archives.
Yes, yes. I just love the smell of the
Dust.
old paper. So it has been a pleasure to make this nostalgic journey with all of you. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have as I've dug up my own remains. And I thank Chris for the pleasure of your company. And
Thanks.
let's do it again sometime.
Let's do.
Okay.
Thanks, Michael.